What's going on? Welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to talk to you about Healthy Choices Wellness Corp. It's been a while since I've done a HCWC video, roughly 2 months. So I want to go over some of the current data points and how you can pretty much make some free money with HCWC. So I want to go over all the things you need to know, but first make sure to hit that thumbs up. And with that, let's get right to it. So like I said, it's been a good 2 months. Nothing really has happened really over the last 2 months. It went from like 61 cents to where it is now. So obviously not all that great. But then again, the market's been a lot of just pure crap. There's no better way to put it. But nonetheless, they did put out their earnings, which did signal that they did have roughly 20.3 million in sales. So that's for Q1 2025, marking an impressive 28% year-over-year increase. And it's kind of comical to see that the CEO is saying that our record first quarter performance is a clear validation of the strategic direction management has set and the unwavering dedication of our entire team. What I find interesting is technically the CEO hasn't really bought any of the new stock ever since the spinoff. So we do know that he completely dumped all the HCMC shares and has yet to buy any HCWC, unless that's going to be coming in the foreseeable future. But there hasn't been any form force to indicate that management is like receiving free shares or just kind of doing anything. So I still find this very, very sketchy. But nonetheless, though, I'm sure some people are wondering, well, if they're making all this revenue and this kind of sales, like I said, 20.3 million, why is the market cap 7.15 million? Good question. The reason why it is essentially being traded at this multiple is because of future dilution. And what is rather comical as well is this right here. So they just put out on May the 1st a kind of document that signaled that on, it looks like April the 30th, right over here, they did enter into another SPA, convertible SPA. So when it comes down to even prior to this whole spinoff occurring, while it was still HCMC, they were already doing convertible debt under the name HCWC. I still find that extremely sketchy, but nonetheless, though, this does show that it's going to be a lot more crap coming down the pipeline. So things are going to get worse before they get better. And a lot of companies try to rationalize kind of doing these SPAs and convertible debt products because they find it advantageous for the foreseeable future that they're going to expand at a faster rate than obviously dilution and whatever else. So this is where I've brought up in the past, the only way to make money on HCWC is simply betting against it. Unfortunately, there isn't any options available because I would recommend just buying puts, but you can pretty much short it. And with all these SPAs, there is almost a guaranteed likelihood that this is going to continue to go down. So it is unfortunate, and I don't really promote kind of shorting or any kind of stuff like that, but this company and their management, complete scam from point A to B. Like every aspect of it is just fraudulent in my opinion, as I've done kind of dedicated videos in the past. Even when the spinoff did occur, a lot of their documents prior to the spinoff did signal that management was seeing it to land roughly around that $2 to $3 range, despite IPOing roughly around that 10. So management was foreseeing a 80 to 70-ish% pullback. A lot of people didn't really listen to me because I stated at that time the only way to make money on that is to short it, and any individuals doing so would have made a lot of money. Even right now, despite it going down from roughly that kind of $10 range to the IPO to where it is now, essentially you still could make a significant amount of money. So when it comes to HCWC and shorts, 1.05% of the free float is being shorted, works out to be 89,000 shares. So only 1% of the free float is being shorted. So a lot of people are seeing bigger fish to kind of target in the broader market. But if you are looking for kind of a stress-free-ish type of short, this would be it. And so if you're kind of learning kind of the ropes and looking to invest or whatever else, then I feel like this is a good company to kind of focus on. But I think I was relatively optimistic on them in the past, and they honestly, I do gotta give it to them. If they didn't do all these SPAs, then my tune would be completely different, because they are actually having some pretty good growth on their earnings. And I always like to give credit when credit is due, and this is something that they have really improved on, but not enough to kind of overdo the SPAs. But this is, again, management's decision, regardless of what they put on here saying that this is part of their strategic direction. Little do they kind of neglect all these SPAs that is going to ultimately bring them down like crazy. So it is unfortunate on how this all played out. I think a lot of people lost a lot of money on HCMC, and then when this spinoff occurred, they saw that as a glimmer of hope that after 2 years it was finally getting done. Because in case you do not know, they've been talking on that 4-point strategic plan since August 2022, as crazy as that is. So I think at the end of the day, this company is poised for just damage. And even if you think about it, given the market circumstances, prices increasing, it is going to really affect the consumer so much more, and that would obviously affect the bottom line. So even though they are having some fairly good growth, as what's represented even in Q1 in the last several quarters, it's still not enough. So let me know your thoughts on HCWC. Are you still holding it? Are you at so much of a loss that it's not worthwhile to sell? What's your kind of general thoughts? Or are you currently shorting HCWC right now? Like I said, if they would have had options, I instantly would have bought puts against it. And that's one thing that I've actually been trying to do, and so far it's worked out very profitable. Is I target companies that do these convertible debt products, SPAs, and you just buy puts against it. And even I closed out a couple on Friday where I was up 350%. So it's you just have to invest without emotion, and I think this company has really just tested investors, and just management is completely full of crap, in my opinion. Again, I could be wrong. Hopefully they do turn things around, but I think the writing is kind of on the wall. Let me know your thoughts on HCWC. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up. One final thing though, if you are looking for some kick-ass buy signals though, pop over to my Patreon and get buy signals on stocks, options, crypto, many of which have been absolutely on point. So definitely worthwhile to pop over there and take a look. With all that, appreciate all of you watching.